Hi, this is Mrs. Robertson, and today is Thursday. I'm not at school today, so I'm expecting you to watch this video and do what is expected. You should have your bell work completed. I will be collecting it tomorrow. Please make sure you have it all finished Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. If you have lost it or you can't find the paper or there's not one here for you to do if you've been absent, just go into my Google Classroom and click on any one of the days this week where it says bell work, and it shows you all the problems, so you can do all of the work on a separate sheet of paper and turn it in, and you'll be fine, all caught up. Okay, so now we are starting a new chapter, chapter 11. We're going to do lesson 1, and this is about mean. And this is located page 809. And we have a couple of these problems already completed here. We're going to go over them. All right, this is about music. You should all be on page 809. Tina and her friends downloaded songs for 6 weeks as shown on the table. 12, 6, 10, 9, 4, and 1. How many total songs were downloaded? Well, when I add those numbers together, the answer is 42. 42 songs. So please write that down in your book. Now we're going to go on to number 2. On average, how many songs did they download each week? Well, you take the total, which is 42, write that down, divided by the number of weeks, 6, and that gives you the answer of 7. Now, you're going to plot the numbers up here on the number line. So, 1, the next one is 4, 6, 9, then it's a 10, and 12. Okay, you don't have to write the numbers above the number line there, I just did it. Okay, and the average is 7. I'm going to circle the average. Make sure you circle the right one. You probably noticed that I had circled the wrong one earlier. Now, how far below the average is 1? Well, 7 minus 1 is 6. 7 minus 4 is 3. And 7 minus 6 is 1. The next question wants to know how far above the average is 9. Well, 9 minus 7 is 2. 10 minus 7 is 3. And 12 minus 7 is 5. Write those down. Then, number 5, what is the sum of the distances between the average and the points below the average? Well, when you add these together, we get 10. And when you add that group together, you get 10 also. So this one below average is 10, and the group above average is also 10. Explain why the average is the balance point of the data. Well, let's write this down. The sum of the distances from 7 of all the data points, so this is a rather long answer, the sum, write it along with me, of the distances from 7 of all the data points above 7 is 10. Oh, my ink pen is running out. Above 7 is 10. And the sum of the data points below 7 is also 10. So the data above and below 7 are balanced. Okay, once again, please make sure you copy this down. You can pause the video at any time if I'm going too fast for you. Now let's go to page 810. Mean. The mean of a data set is the sum of the data divided by the number of pieces of data. It is the balance point of the data set. On the previous page, you found a single number to describe the number of songs downloaded each week. The average, or mean, summarizes the data using a single number. You can find the mean of a data set shown in different displays, such as pictographs or dot plots. Now let's go on to example number 1. Here we have a pictograph. Find the mean number of representatives for the 4 states shown in the pictograph. Now, a pictograph is a graph where they use pictures to represent different things. So, it says representatives to the U.S. Congress. Now, we have Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia, Louisiana. It says move the figures to equally distribute the total number of representatives among the 4 states. So they're taking some of these and they're moving them around. So as you can tell, they took one person from this group and put it here. So let's just draw an arrow there. They took that one away. And they took one of the people from this group here, this one, and they put it here. And then they took 2 people and put it there. So they ended up, when they did this, they ended up having the same number of people in each state. It says each state has a mean or an average of 8 representatives. It says including data over here to the left, even if a data value is 0, it still should be counted in the total number of pieces of data. That's important because so often when you see a 0, you don't include that in your data set. So please make sure that everyone knows how to do this. Okay, now let's go ahead and I would like for you to do letter A. Okay, now in this problem, the table shows the number of CDs a group of friends bought. Find the mean number of CDs. Well, we add them together. 3 plus 4 plus 6 plus 2 plus 0. And when you add them together, you're going to have 15. And then you divide by the number of data pieces in this graph or in this chart. And there are 5. You have to count 0. The answer, 3. So the 3 is the mean of that group. Let's go on now to example 2, page 811. The dot plot. A dot plot is a line, a number line with dots or sometimes X's above it to represent how many. In this dot plot, 2 people have 45. There's 147, 149, 150, and 152. So let's continue with the dot plot. The dot plot shows the record high temperature for 6 days in Little Rock, Arkansas. Find the mean temperatures. Well, you put down 2 45s plus 47 plus 49 plus 50 plus 52, and you divide it by the number of data items, which is 6, and the answer is 48. The mean is 48 degrees. So all the data values can be summarized with a single number, 48. Dot plots. In a dot plot, individual data values are represented as dots above a number line, and sometimes they are little X's, not always a dot. Let's go on to number 3. The dot plot shows the number of runs a baseball team had for each game of a 4-game series. Find the mean number of runs for the series. Okay, so we have a 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4. And how many pieces of data? There are 4 pieces of data. So when we add our numerator, the numbers on the numerator, you will have 12. The denominator is 4. The answer is 3. So the mean number of runs for the series is 3. Now I would like for you to do B. You can put it on pause, and then whenever you are finished, you can press play to see if you have the answer correct. So you have 1, 1, you have 3 3s, and 2 4s. The number of data items in this chart, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're going to divide it by 6. So when you add these together, you're going to get 18 divided by 6, and it will give you the mean of 3. 3 books. Now let's go on to page 812. Kids, make sure you're filling this out. I will be checking your books tomorrow to make sure you're completing everything and doing it correctly. Ooh, stop and reflect. Let's do this, check this out. The mean is sometimes described as the balance point. Explain below what this means using the data set. Well, it means that it's balanced. Half are above and half are below the mean whenever you find out the answer there. So let's go on to example 4. The number of minutes Mariella spent talking on her cell phone each month for the past 5 months were 494, 502, 486, 690, and 478. Suppose the mean for 6 months was 532 minutes. How many minutes did she talk on her cell phone during the 6th month? Well, in this problem, it says if the mean is 532, the sum of the 6 pieces of data must be 532 times 6, or 3,192. You can create a bar diagram. So when you add all of these plus our mystery 6th month, you have to get 3,192. So you add these together and you get 2,650. So this added together 2,650. So 3,192 minus 2,650 gives you the answer of 542. All right, now let's do the guided practice to the problems on page 812. The dot plot shows the number of beads sold. Find the mean. Well, you have 1 5, 3 7s, 2 8s. And you're going to divide that by 6. Well, when you add these together, you get 42 divided by 6, and that will give you a mean of 7. 7 beads. In number 2, the table shows the greatest depths of 4 of the 5 oceans in the world. If the average depth is 8.94 thousandths kilometers, what is the greatest depth of the Southern Ocean? This is like example 4. All right, this is our mystery one. So let's go ahead and we're going to add these numbers together. And yes, you may use a calculator to do this. I'm looking for my calculator now. Okay, so when I add the numbers together, 10 and 92 hundredths plus 9 and 22 hundredths plus 7 and 46 hundredths plus 5 and 63 hundredths, the sum is 33 and 23 hundredths. All right, so that gives you the sum of this. From here to here, we have to figure out what that answer is. To get this whole answer here, you take 8 and and 94 thousandths times how many pieces of data do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, plus the mystery one is 5. When you multiply 8 and 94 thousandths times 5, you get 40 and 47 hundredths. So, to figure out our mystery, you're going to take the total that gives you your average of 8 and 94 thousandths, so 40 and 47 hundredths minus the 33 and 23 hundredths, and that will give you your answer. Borrow from the 4, turns into a 3, and the answer is 7 and 24 hundredths kilometers. All right, so now we're going to look at what we're going to be doing for homework tonight. Okay, let's go to page 813. On this page, you're going to do all. So do all the problems on 813. Let's turn the page. On this page, we're not going to do the stem and leaf today. I think we'll skip this page. Let's go to the next page, 815. I want you to do all of page 815. You're going to do 10 to 14. All right, so that's what I would like for you to accomplish today. You will be allowed to use a calculator, and I'm looking forward to getting a good report from my substitute on how you are behaving today. Have a good day. Thank you.